Welcome to Parna Garden. I am passionate about growing organic vegetables in my backyard. And over the years, I have learned a thing or two about gardening. In the Parna Garden channel, I will be posting garden updates, tips and tricks, and how-to videos to help aspiring gardeners to start growing vegetables in their own urban backyard. Today, I'm excited to take you for a tour of my garden and show you what's growing here in the summer of 2017. In this raised bed, I'm growing a variety of eggplants and peppers. What you see here is a shooting star variety of eggplant. This plant is loaded with eggplants that have beautiful purple markings. I also grow basil throughout my garden. Right under these eggplants, you can see basil flowers. Growing basil has many benefits. You can use the basil leaves in the kitchen for cooking. Basil helps in keeping harmful insects at bay, and also basil flowers attract a lot of good pollinators such as honeybees and bumblebees. The next plant you see here is a white long variety of eggplant. Although it produces a lot of eggplants, this is the least favorite of all the eggplants I have grown this year. Here's another plant that is producing white eggplant. The third variety is a Japanese eggplant. It is a soft and delicious eggplant great for cooking. I have left this one to collect seeds as it matures. The next eggplant featured here is the long purple variety. It has gorgeous bright purple color with mild flavor. As it matures, it turns slightly pale in color, just like the one you see here. These are from the same plant. They were bright purple in color in the beginning and later turned into this pale color. What you see here is the Black Beauty eggplant. It is the most common variety sold in my area. This plant had produced larger eggplants in the beginning when it had just 2 to 3 eggplants. Right now, it is loaded with eggplants and it's bending over because of their weight. And also the size is compromised slightly. Here's the last variety of eggplants we are going to see in today's garden tour. It produces slightly smaller purple colored eggplants called fairy tale eggplants. Next, let's take a look at the variety of peppers growing in my backyard. Here is a banana pepper plant that's loaded with yellow banana peppers. I'm also growing a few different types of bell peppers. This red bell pepper plant has peppers at different stages of ripeness. When they are young, they are green in color. As they mature, they start changing color and becoming slightly orange. And when they are fully ripe, they turn into bright red color like the one you see here. These are long red variety of bell peppers. Here is a plant that is bent over because of the weight of the peppers. You can see here young peppers at different levels of maturity hanging from this branch. Here is a yellow bell pepper plant with just one pepper. This is a poblano pepper plant. Poblano peppers are most popularly used for making stuffing. Next up on the garden tour is a plant of green chilies. They are spicy and popular in Indian and Thai cooking. This plant and a few more plants I have elsewhere in the garden are producing a lot more chilies than we could consume. So when they mature and turn red, I will dry them under the sun and store in dry containers for future use. What you see here are called yard-long beans or asparagus beans. They are a delicious variety of Asian beans. This plant grows into vines and you can train them to climb up the trellis. They produce light purple flowers that fall off after blooming, leaving behind tiny beans underneath. These beans later grow into 1 to 1.5 foot long. You can let some of the bean pods to mature and go to seed just like the ones you see here. These seeds can be collected and stored to start plants for the next growing season. This is a patch of winter melon. Underneath these leaves, you see a round variety of winter melon. Here on the trellis, I'm growing a long variety of winter melon. Here's a baby winter melon that I hope someday would turn into a larger winter melon just like the one you see here. Next, let's look at tomato plants. Here is a Rutgers tomato variety, and this is one of the last tomatoes of the season. And here is one more. And after a week, it is ready to be picked. These are some more tomato plants in pots. I have pruned them because spider mites had attacked most of their leaves. These are last two cherry tomatoes from my garden for the summer season, and I'm just about to harvest them here. What you see here is known as bitter gourd or bitter melon. As the name suggests, it is bitter in taste and known to be beneficial for people suffering from diabetes. The large leaves you see here are from turmeric plant. Turmeric is a root vegetable. However, its leaves can be used to wrap dumplings in Indian cooking. I have multiple creepers on this trellis. In the far left you see a bottle gourd vine. It has not yet produced any bottle gourd. However, the ridge gourd plant has produced its first ridge gourd. And it's a decent sized ridge gourd, about a foot long. This is my okra patch. Last year I had planted many okra plants and they had produced much more than we could consume. So this year I planted just a few okra plants in this small patch and they already started producing enough okra for us to consume. The large leaves you see here are from elephant ear plants. Watch closely to spot a surprise guest on one of the elephant ear stems. Elephant ears produce a root vegetable called taro root. I love to plant flowers in my vegetable garden. It adds beauty to the garden and makes the garden attractive not just for you but also for beneficial insects and pollinators. Here is a bumblebee enjoying nectar from zinnia flowers in my garden. With that happy note, I would like to conclude this episode of Parna Garden. Thank you for stopping by. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know your comments. Also, please hit the subscribe button to get notified of future videos from Parna Garden. Thank you and enjoy gardening.